Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the new Marvel Legends Vulture, part of the Demogoblin or Demogoblin Build-A-Figure wave of Spider-Man Marvel Legends. I always say Demogoblin because it's like demon, but I've heard other people say demo, and I don't know if that's right, so if that's what it is, then fine. You can yell at me in the comments, that's okay. But anyway, this is Vulture. This is clearly the comic version of Vulture. It's not meant to look realistic. And I think it looks pretty good. I was pretty looking forward to this, and now I'm pretty disappointed because, as you might have noticed already, they decided to not include one of the removable wing pieces for me because I have the worst luck and Hasbro has the worst quality control. I have 3 figures from this wave out of, what is it, 7 or 8? How many? 2, 4, 7. Nope, 6. 2, 4, 6? Really only 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 figures this wave, huh? So I got half of them defective. That's great. That's my luck, and that's Hasbro for you. But this guy, I like a lot. I like a whole lot for 2 key reasons, and we'll get into that as we go through the review. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 6.5 inches, a little bit over that, which makes him pretty close to 16.5 centimeters. Anyway, this guy has some paint on him, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and talk about the aesthetics like we always do first. He has mostly just a solid green molded plastic body, which is fine. That's always okay. They all match, the colors are all fine, and they did do shading throughout the front, and that looks really, really good. You can see the light green on there. They did the green, darker green lines on it. That looks really sharp. I love that. They didn't do it anywhere else. It's just, what the heck? It's so lazy. And I mean, it's not so much lazy as it is deliberately cheap. And it drives me freaking nuts that they did that, because this figure actually has really nice proportions for Vulture. I think they did a really good job. It's probably too muscular for the old version of Vulture, but still, I think overall this is a good mold. And there's some new parts, some old parts, but having that shading on there is so nice and then so terrible at the same time because it just stops. It looks so bad. I love the sculpt of his little collar thingy, though it looks a lot more like fur than feathers. So isn't it supposed to be feathers like a vulture has? Because vultures don't have fur. So I'll have to look into that. I never really considered it until I looked at that up close. That looks a lot like fur or a weird mane of some sort, which is still fur. But here's the thing that really makes me happy. So very happy. Look at the head sculpt. It's so much nicer than your average Marvel Legends head sculpt. It looks so much more like a character rather than a blank head that they tweak to make into different things. So much more personality, so much more style. The paint job's nice on it too. Really, really well done. I really like that head sculpt. So yeah, this one looks really, really good, except for the fact that the shading is only on the very front. His wings also have shading on them, though the wings themselves are pretty lackluster, being that they're completely unsculpted on one side. That's pretty much unacceptable. There's no reason for that. No good reason. They have some sculpt on this side, which is enough. I mean, it's super minimal. I don't know why it's the way it is. Like, though, you can barely even see those delineations there. So that's kind of a bummer. The paint job is okay. One of mine, yeah, this one, it's all bubbly looking. You see those speckles all over it? It's pretty terrible. But otherwise, I mean, the wings are okay. So as far as the wings go, in terms of connecting to the body, they just tab in, which I don't hate the idea, but they do pop off very easily. And so they could have definitely worked on that a little bit more. And I think the sculpt is definitely lacking a little bit too. They don't really fit against the arms. The upper pieces do fit a little bit nicer up against the upper arm. As far as the wings coming together, it's just kind of like, it's about the bare minimum they could have done to make this nice. It's acceptable, but like you can't even do a 90-degree bend and they still connect. It's just acceptable. Like I don't care personally, but as a review, it's not very well executed. So it's kind of a bummer. And then of course mine's missing a chunk. So yeah, aesthetically speaking, I'll give it a 7. The head is really nice, but having that shading stop like that and the wings being so half-assed, it's only going to get a 7. The head would get a 9 on its own, but the rest drags it down. Some people say the hands are too big. I don't think so. Not for being a comic style figure. Like, he's not meant to be realistically proportioned at all. Like, nobody's built like this, especially if their face looks like that. So I don't think the hands being a little bit big, it matches the style, it matches the proportions of the figure, so that's okay. As far as accessories go, you already saw the wings. We do have an alternate head with his little crown thingy. It's not a crown. I don't know why I called it a crown, but I like that it has little texture on it, and the face is pretty nice, so it's good. But that's it. So 7, I guess, because I don't know if the wings really count. They probably shouldn't. And we have an alternate head. It's fine. 7, I guess. Okay. Articulation time. The head can go all the way back and all the way forward. And there's a little bit of lollipop, but it's not super noticeable, and you get good range out of it, so that's really nice. We have an okay butterfly joint. It's not particularly good. This one doesn't want to go. It's there, but it's okay. And then the shoulders are really nice big balls. Love some big balls for shoulders. And so that's nice. Good range, good aesthetic, gives them a nice V shape, which I think is appropriate. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. That's all fine. Wrist swivel and hinge, that's all good. Ab crunch, yeah, about that. Mine doesn't want to go. Let's force it and see what happens. Oh, it feels like I'm breaking it on the inside. Well, they didn't continue any paint, so that's not good at all. There's no paint continuation through the abdominal section. Ab crunch doesn't go very far forward either. This is not one of their better molds. I didn't like it when they used it before. I don't like it now. It's still not very good. Waist twist is okay. Legs go to 45. They do go all the way forward, just a little bit back. Thigh swivel's fine. Double jointed knee is fine. And then for the ankle, it goes all the way back and all the way forward and has a swivel, so that's nice. So the articulation's okay for sure. I'll give it an 8. Just that ab crunch is terrible, and that's about it. So, final verdicts on this guy. Well, I like it a lot, but I want to like it more. I think they did just enough to make people think it was going to be really good, and then they released one that was only acceptably good, with some nice features. So, how do I feel about that objectively? I'm gonna give it an 8 because the head sculpt does save it. But having the shading be the way it is sucks. Having the wings be the way they are definitely could be better. And yeah, personally, I like it a whole lot more than it is objectively good. But that's not important. That's up for you guys to decide how much you like it. I'm here to just give you the information. The information is what I said. So that'll do it, guys. Let me know what you think about it. Like, I really enjoy it personally, but boy, does that paint bother me. All right. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs up anyway. And if you haven't subscribed, you probably should, because I have new videos up just about every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.